Today I'll be telling you why the traditional way of investing in Honkai Star Rail, that being 3 teams, is actually inefficient and no longer the best way to build an account these days. But before that, head to U7Buy, your ultimate gaming hub for safe, fast, and cheap in-game top-ups. From Honkai Star Rail to all your favorite titles, we've got you covered. You can trust reviews on U7Buy on Trustpilot, and you'll see that they have a high rank there. Our Honkai Star Rail Direct top-up page lets you recharge instantly. It's even cheaper on U7Buy. I'll even be showing you a live example by buying this monthly pass, which is only $3.60 compared to the $5 on the official stores. Plus, they deliver in seconds. There's no need to wait for your order. Use code at checkout for an extra 5% discount. Perfect for last-minute pulls, battle passes, or surprising a fellow trailblazer. If you spend $80 per month on U7Buy, you will get a HSR Express Supply Pass that costs only 1 cent. It is nearly free. Click the link in my description to visit U7Buy and support my channel. In HSR, the quote, idiot meta tells you to pull for everything and build for every weakness. But in the Grand 2026, that is not a good way to invest due to anomaly arbitration. I used to think that this mode shows horizontal investment a lot more than vertical, but after looking at this rotation and the next rotation, I have come to a conclusion that vertical by far supersedes horizontal investment in every way imaginable. This is mainly due to 2 factors. The first reason is obviously because the night stages are inconsistent as hell. You can't use the same 3 teams every night and expect them to be the lowest cost. That is wishful thinking that has never been proven to work, and most likely won't work looking at how they're actually framing the nights to be extremely volatile and chilling. The second reason is due to the rampant power creep that only happens in night stage and not king in check, for example. We got a 13 million HP Flame Reaver or some shit with energy debuff on top. A Flame Reaver in MOC, the previous patch, literally have half the HP. I don't even know why they added this boss with horrible mechanics and even more horrible debuffs, and let him have higher HP than both the Sams, when both the Sams have a higher base HP. I don't know what spurred that decision, but if you think that's the end of it, you're damn wrong. The next AA Knights is somehow far, far worse than this Flame Reaver. We're going to need to fight a Lygus that has 50% more HP or so compared to the current MOC one, with stage debuffs on top, while also fighting motherfucking Pollux on the second half, with the worst possible energy stage debuff. So yeah, power creep and night stages are way, way too rampant and completely out of control. I usually say power creep doesn't exist, but here, power creep does exist. The solution is obviously give up on 3 teams, give up on nights. The easiest way to clear or even 0 cycle is to go straight for plate 0. Going for plate 0 cycle actually solves both of those issues. Some may think resources for knights are actually lower, but they're completely wrong. Plate 0 cycle usually takes around 12 to 14 costs for a flagship team like Mono Rem, while you only need to build 4 total characters instead of 12, meaning all 4 can be 40 substats monster. I can already hear people crying about how that's higher cost than all 3 knights 0 cycled combined, but that's not necessarily true if you look at it holistically. You need to not just look at one patch, but all 4 patches of AA. If you want to choose 3 teams, then pick the highest cost 0 cycle out of all 4 AA for each of the team. Then I can assure you that the combined cost will be higher than plate 0 cycle. Or if you want to go even more horizontal to cut costs from vertical, you would need to add the cost of every new team you choose, meaning the total won't be 3, but will be 4 or more. In that case, the cost will also surpass plate 0 cycle. So all in all, it takes far more resources in terms of actual farming like relics, and potentially even cost. For Knight's Zero Cycle, then just skipping to Plights. Now, some people may say I'm having double standards for not doing the same for Plights, but the reason for that is that Plight only has one team as lowest cost always, without fail, and that is Mono Rem. Unlike the volatile Knights, no matter whether it's Shilling Fireflop or Elation, Mono Rem has always been the lowest cost. That's why the same rules don't apply. Basically, instead of using multiple variation of Knight teams across multiple patches, we can just pull one Mono Rem which costs less. There's two ways to do everything in the game. Either you go straight for Plate Zero Cycle, or use Zero Cycle all Knights and Zero Cycle King. Both will well constitute a true Zero Cycle of AA. And out of those two methods, Plights has somehow become the more efficient and easier path in recent times. If you hate Mono Rem or think you're too late, then no matter. There's a flagship in Elation this year too, and I doubt they won't be close to Mono Rem's vertical. And there'll be another flagship next year as well. Pick one and invest all into them. For other endgames, that's not an issue either. Teams like Mono Rem is known for being able to be split in half, so MLC, PF, and AS are non-issues for a vertical Mono Rem team that got split in half. If you already invested into Mono Rem vertical, then keep doing it. At max cost, they can zero AV every plate that doesn't brick energy upon entry. Their damage in Zero Cycle is easily over integer limits, so you're still safe. All in all, one team surpasses multiple teams, the era for horizontal is over. That's what I wanted to share today, and I'll see you in the next one.